Hello everyone. The GNU Linux Users Group and IT Durgapur is glad to present our first speaker for Dev Talks, Mr. Deepak Kumar. Deepak is an accomplished public speaker and an aspiring author that presents keynotes internationally about data science, analytics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data visualization. He is presently working as a principal engineer analytics. In his professional journey of 14 plus years, he has worked with a number of top companies, including likes of HCL, Kantar IMRB, and many more, starting from associate engineer to reaching the general manager level. We are glad to have you here, sir.
Thank you so much, Navneet. Good to see you all today, this morning.
So, sir, let's begin our session for today. First question is recently in recent times, we have seen a lot of students, young professionals, talking about data science, data analytics, and so many stuff. So the first question I would like to ask you is, can you please explain our viewers about what's the difference between data scientist, data analyst, and a data engineer?
Oh, great, a perfect question. And I guess starting point of my talk will be that only that I want to fill the gap that what is data science and what is data engineering, what is you can say business analyst or data analytics and all. So you have to wait for I think a couple of minutes, and once I'll start the talk, you will get to know that what it is all about, and it will be clear. So I'll start from the basic and take you through all the complete story that from engineering to data analytics, how it actually the circles is being completed. Okay.
Definitely, sir. That just made us more looking forward to your slides and presentation. Alright, sir, till then, let's move to another question. So, it's clearly you have been for 14 plus years in this industry, and that's a lot to learn from. So, sir, can you please tell us about your journey up to the top?
Okay, so take you through that how my journey have been to till now. I also started as a software developer when I completed my MCA and I joined HCL as associate engineer. There I was developing softwares using .NET, but my interest was in data analytics. Or at that point, data analytics was not that popular, but definitely people were interested in data warehousing or you can say data mining concepts. Since I was a mathematics graduate, so my interest actually landed me in a job where I started as a data analyst. And gradually, I actually start enjoying the job which I was doing and playing with the data algorithms or mathematics or different kind of tools and how you are actually presenting. So gradually, I moved from one ladder to another ladder, and you can say from one company to another company, from say junior positions to senior positions or managerial positions. And then last in 15 years, today actually I can say that I have been in a position where this analytics has led me to the, you can say, greater height, and I really enjoy doing this. So the journey have been from software development to data analytics is actually mesmerizing right now, and I'm enjoying. So throughout my career, it's all because of interest I have been to this place right now.
So we can say that interests have been a major driving factor throughout your career and
Correct.
professional life. It's great that it inspires to follow our interest and dig deep into it. Next up, many people believe that in claims which says that future every company is going to be a data company, referring to the fact that various companies will be using different kind of data so they collect from the user in order to make changes and improve their company. What are your beliefs on this claim and this perspective?
I absolutely agree with this. And not in the future, actually, in the current world also, every company is a data company. Whatever decision we are making, whether we know directly or indirectly, it is all based on the data, right? We all are building a lot of softwares. What is the purpose of these softwares? To ease actually the human lives, or you can say give whatever we need it through the technology. Now in the terms, if you see, every software is somewhere collecting the data, right? Whether you are making a mobile applications or a web applications, so people are actually utilizing it, or you are utilizing any of the platform, the core is the data, right? Now the change is actually happening how we are utilizing this data to give the better experience to the customer or better experience to the user, or you can say that how you can know about the user. Any of the social media platform or any kind of you can say big you can say e-commerce companies, they have actually harvested so much data, and now they are utilizing those data to give the better experience to the customer. So that is why it is being said, and it is absolutely true that every company is a data company, and somewhere they have to realize this potential and they have to move in that direction where they can utilize those data for making a better decisions for our you can say mankind, consumers, or all of us basically.
That was indeed insightful, sir. Sir, at your level of experience with having been on the post of managing director, managing, working with so many seasoned developers in the industry, how do you manage it, and how do you look in a person while hiring them for to work with you? What are the human standpoints, value, and technical standpoints in a person you see?
Okay, if I say about what is the core of a strength of a professional, or you can say a person who is working for a company, we all are there to solve somebody's problem, right? Whether it is a problem of a consumer, it is a problem of a company, it is a problem of an organization. That is the core goal we all are working towards, right? So one you can say I'll say, I'll put it in this word: the skill set is something which you can acquire, right? I can train you on some certain kind of a tools. If you have good learning ability, you will be trained on any of the tools or any of the problem solving infrastructure, we can do it. The core strength which is required in every student or a professional or aspiring person is your attitude. And your attitude should be that you should be learning anything, you should be open to any ideas, you should be open to you can say accept anybody's opinion and then work towards that. So learnability is the first concept, your positive attitude is the second concept, everything else can be taught to anyone, right? So it's not about the particular technology we are interested in, we are interested in how good you are to understand somebody's thought, opinion, and build your opinion based on that and contribute it in a positive way. So attitude plays the biggest role in any of the hiring decision which I make it. So if you have a good attitude, I'll definitely hire you in your team, and then you can definitely accelerate. If you don't know anything, I can train you. If you don't know any kind of a tool, I can definitely train you. But if your attitude is not good, you will be not be able to survive in this current you can say scenario, because technology is changing every day. You cannot be pro of one tool and you can think that okay, next 5 years I'll be in that position. That is not true. Everything will be changing. But if you have a positive attitude, you have a learnability inside you, then you can definitely learn any kind of a tool, right?
Okay, so basically the two things which are the key talismans of being a good employee is that you must have learning abilities and an attitude, a curiosity to move further about it.
Correct. Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay, so that really might help a lot of upcoming engineers from our student, many more. So there's a common perspective on topics like machine learning, data science, artificial intelligence, and similar stuff, that these are for people who are always stick to their laptops, always coding, developing inside a room on a packed table and chair. So what inspired you to take such a domain and bring it to like public speaking, popularizing it, making people know about it? What inspired you to go in that direction?
Okay, certainly I will not 100% agree with that. You can say thought that we all are actually, you can say, always in front of the laptop and building algorithm. That is obviously the part. My inspiration is always having that I am there to solve a problem, right? So if I find any problem and if it can be solved through machine learning or AI or any kind of, you can say, analytics stuffs which we do in our day-to-day job, the core is that you are actually driven by to solving a problem, right? So that is the driving factor. If it takes me 18 hours of my you can say day, and I have to code for 18 hours, or I have to work for 18 hours or 20 hours sometime, it doesn't matter, because I am driven by that thought that okay, I am solving somebody's problem, or I am solving something which is going to help someone and add some value in somebody's life. It might sound philosophical, but the driving force is always that I'm there. You all are actually coder, until unless you are not, if you have stuck with a problem, until unless you don't solve it, you will not be able to sleep properly. So that drives starts from the college, and we are carrying still right now, that if something is not working, we are not going to sleep until unless we are going to solve this. So mindset of to solve someone's problem, actually that is driving us. Maybe it's our customer or anything, or even a company or our own team. The driving problem, that is actually the core, you can say, driving force for us always.
So the agitation when we are not able to solve a problem, that was drive you
Yes,
in
definitely.
all these stuff. Great, sir. It was indeed pretty relatable also on a bit sense. All right, sir. So right now, let's see if we have questions from audience. All right, we have a question, sir.
Sure.
It is from Prashanta Goswami. It's all. Are there more jobs now in AI, or is everyone going to follow the current Web3 and Metaverse trend and open up more jobs in blockchain?
Okay, very good question. And actually, these all are upcoming technologies. I won't call it even upcoming. This there in the existing now in the system, whether it's a metabase or metaverse or a blockchain, or you can say AI. We all are actually doing these kind of stuff. Sometime in a similar, smaller level or a higher level. So jobs will be in all the fields right now, and it's a somewhere interrelated, because we are actually transferring talent from one area to another area. So nothing cannot say that okay, AI will have a more job, metaverse will have a less job. This type of situation is not there. It all depends on a kind of a you can say projects companies are working on, and a kind of a talent set they are having. But these all are upcoming field, and jobs will be equally available for the person who have the right skill set, right mindset, and right attitude to grab those things. They are the adaptable of the technology, and they are open for others, right? It should not be like a one, you are learning only one thing and you'll be stick to that. Then there is a problem. So you have to be, you can say, adaptable for other technologies. Whenever the projects comes, we actually divide the talent accordingly. We don't go like okay, you are this kind of a developer, you'll get on in this area. No, not in that way. You have to be very much flexible amongst the technology, because it all are interrelated. So that is why jobs will be everywhere.
So it's just jobs will be there, but the way the jobs are done will change.
Yes, definitely, because we are actually improving. We are our competition power is increasing. Most of the things are actually being done by AI, right? So the labor cost is decreasing. People are not actually being employed on those such area where machines are solving the problem. But to drive those, you need people, right? You know the right skill set to drive those things. So that is why it's nothing to worry about as such, because technology is changing, right? We are having something today, we may have something else tomorrow. So the more the technology will grow, the more the new technology will come in the picture, the more different skill sets will emerge, and you have to acquire those skill sets. You have to upskill yourself, and then you can grab those job also.
So the skill set, the ever evolving skill set, is the secret for a
Yes,
successful job in
definitely.
whatever technology may
Yeah,
be.
we are actually, I can 100% agree with that. And I can firmly say this, that we are reading more than we were reading in a college right now in our organization. If you don't read it, we are obsolete. So that
I'm
is
not
that is
sure if it's ensuring or frightening attack for a college student.
right.
All right, sir. So I think for now, but so audience, it was few of the questions. I hope you got to know about our guest, Mr. Deepak Kumar. Deepak Kumar was really helpful and he has a presentation for all of you. So I won't spoil anything about it. I'll just hand over to Mr. Deepak Kumar. Over to you, sir.
Okay. So thank you so much, Namneet. I have a small presentation. I will go to a little small. There are a couple of slides which I just wanted to bring it to all of you to set the context and tell you about that how data analytics is helpful for engineers. That is what the topic is: the data analytics for engineers. So I'll start. Let me share my screen. If you can see this, let me know. Okay, just give me 1 second.
Yes, sir. Your skin is
Okay,
visible.
visible.
Yes.
So before I start, there's a one disclaimer I want to make it, and that is equally I always make whenever I go for any type of presentation. So everything I'll say in this talk today is my personal opinion and does not represent the company I work for presently or have worked in the past. Okay, so that is the learning. So this is all my personal thought, and it has come from the learning which I have acquired over the years. Second thing is all the materials and content shared in this talk is for educational purpose only and should not be used for any commercial purpose. So you're not allowed to take the screenshot and put it somewhere or quote me. So that is not allowed. So everything is for the educational purpose. Okay, we good. So now let's set the context that we are living in a world of technology. We all agree with this, right? We are surrounded by technology. We are driven by algorithms. Whatever our opinion is right now, it is whether we know or not, our subconscious mind is actually driving by someone has written some code behind that. So if you see this particular you can say slide which is coming from boldbusiness.com, and they have actually acquired that how the technology is shaping the mankind. We have different types of technology. We are using Wi-Fi. Like I am connecting from remote right now, thousands kilometers away from, or 1500 kilometers away from all of you, and you all are distributed in a different zone, and we are able to talk to each other and we can visually see each other. It's all because of that there are somebodies who have built some kind of a software or applications which is helping us to connect to each other, whether it is a blockchain or it's automation vehicles or AI or machine learning or cloud computing or biotechnology. We all are surrounded by technology. We all agree with this, right? Now if I say the truth of the current time is that we cannot imagine our world without technology. If you if you just consider that if we remove everything right now, what will happen? We will not be able to survive. Okay, so even somebody can in the last previous talk I gave this particular statement, and somebody told me during the pandemic we survived. Okay, during the pandemic we survived, but the technology played an important role. We were connected with the device. Our work was not hampered. Those who had all kind of you can say infrastructure in place, the companies worked, the colleges ran everything. It was much easier to handle the pandemic just because of that we had technology in the place, right? So there can be so many negative things also, but most of the time the positive things is actually taking care of everything in the technology world. Now what are we doing? If we consider we are and they actually develop some kind of algorithms or a platform and they build some kind of software. Now as an engineer, right, as an engineering student, we don't think in that way most of the time, because I was one of you, right? When I was studying in college, I was one of you. So most of the time we were actually more focusing ourselves on to just build right codes, build good you can say you can say softwares, and we were more interested in building the software. Now when you come in the organizations, then you see that there's a business angle of this. Okay, and if you are a student and if you start thinking in that way from the you can say starting points, like since in the beginning, how business operates, why these softwares are being made, what is being achieved out of that, that acumen is very much important. And in current time it is also very important to understand the business. That is why this talk I have kept it today, and I'm not going in a core technical detail because you guys are well to do in that way. We will definitely know the programming, etc. I'm not going to ask that. I'll be touching only the business angle of this, that how the software is actually moving towards analytics and why analytics has important. Now we all know about this software development life cycle, right? We we identify a problem, we define a strategy, we design it, then we develop, then we test, then we deploy, and then we maintain. That is what is happening, right? Whether you are having a smaller software or a larger software or a big platform or a simple mobile app, this cycle is being followed. There can be different mechanism to follow this. You can have a different kind of a methodology to do this, but overall, this is what we need. Now, the next question comes, that why analytics? Okay, so most of the time, if you go in a business world right now, you'll see these kind of a word cloud. I have kept it, and some kind of a words come, like people talk about data analysis, analytics, actionable analytics, predictive analytics. Sometimes you are doing, I think, 5 projects is there in your debt, you can say 10 days challenge. One of the project I was just going through that, what all you guys are actually developing right now. One of the project was where you're using a machine learning, or you can say recommendation engine, right? that is something that is something which is comes from the analytics, right? The core analytics, we also do machine learning and all kind of a stuff. So why it is important? Because the recommendation engine is actually working. They are recommending you. You are going on a YouTube or any kind of a Spotify or Ghana.com or any kind of a platform. You are not driven by your choice. You are driven by the way you have searched the previous, you can say, content. The platform is recommending you. What they are doing? They are actually using analytics. So there is an intersection. So your first question, which you asked me, that what is the difference and how these different fields are related, these charts will tell you. So there are three basic, you can say, a bigger bucket. One is a computer science and IT, from where you belongs, right? You guys are learning programming, you are from there. Second is mathematics and statistics, right? Where we talk about the algorithms, which is written in mathematical formulas. And third is a business and domain knowledge. And there's an intersection of all three. If you consider a computer science and a domain business knowledge, that is a software you are building. Okay, so you are actually having a business problem, you are solving through computer programming. That means you are doing a software development. If you are utilizing the domain knowledge and just doing the mathematics and statistics algorithm based on that, without help of any of kind of a software development, that is, you are doing a traditional research. So you see the PhD guys who are not using any computer programming, but they are doing extensive research. They are finding some kind of a solution. They are developing patents. They are doing a lot of work. That is, we call it as a, you can say, traditional research. When the mathematics algorithms are implemented through computers and the computer programming, that is called machine learning. So you are actually writing all the mathematical algorithm through computer programs, and we call it a machine learning. When the blends happen, that you are solving a business problem with the help of any kind of a mathematics and algorithm, and doing through some computing power, it becomes data science. That is the window we are talking about. So data science, and it comprises AI. It is having everything, like deep learning, machine learning, or you can say data analysis, or it all depends on. So there are three roles. Data analysis is more focused about analyzing the data, less on, you can say, machine learning part. Then data engineers who are building the infrastructure, pipelines, how the data is being acquired. I'll talk about that also. And then there is a, you can say, a person who is a data scientist who apply the algorithm knowledge and they become a data scientist. So all are interrelated. It is not like a mutually exclusive field, but definitely the different types of skill set is required for scaling, you can say, or scale yourself in that particular field. I hope I'm clear that how this umbrella works. Now, there's a one question, that what is data analytics and how the software engineering is different from them. Definitely it is different, because data analytics is more on concerning with gathering and analyzing the data. Software engineering more focus on developing applications, features, and functions for end users. So you are developing a software for end users. You are giving some kind of experience to them, and people can come to your software, do certain kind of a thing, and they are leaving some kind of a data behind. Now you are picking those data and then doing some kind of analysis. That becomes a data analytics. So why analytics? Now the question comes, why it has been so much, you can say, buzzword towards why we are doing analytics? Because it's powerful. Analytics is actually changing everything what we are doing right now in our day-to-day life. So why there is a need? The need is because we have now advanced technology in place. Our technology infrastructure has grown. We are surrounded by so many, you can say, bigger infrastructure, and provided by these top, you can say, companies who have built the softwares where we can do a lot of things with the data. Then the consumer behavior is changing. We have a problem with our attention span. You are not going to purchase a product if somebody's your friend has just told you, okay, go buy this mobile phone, this is good. Now no more you are doing this, you are going on different type of platform, you are doing a lot of research, and then you are coming back to. So the consumer behavior is changing. Then proliferation of data, so much data is there, so much data is there, that we are actually surrounded like a data and all. Then cloud computing is actually helping us. You don't have to have a now 128 GB phone in you have if you have a Google Cloud subscription, right? Then the rise of open source. Open source is being you can say promoted by each and every company. Those company who actually were totally against of the open source are now coming with the open source platform. And then evaluation analytics tool. So these are some of the areas which is actually helping us and actually promoting analytics in every facet of the life right now. Now, what are the powers? So some of the, you can say, I can show you the images. Like you see, Facebook knows you better than your family, right? Even if your family doesn't know about your lot of behavior, Facebook knows how. They are utilizing your analytics. If you see Alpha Zero, there was a AI, they beat the chess champion. Now, uh, we have the like Google AI defeats the human Go champion. How did it happen? You say there is a game called Speed Gate. I don't know whether you might have played about this particular game. That is invented by artificial intelligence. These are some of the power of analytics we are seeing in the current world. Now, so this gentleman, Tim Berners-Lee, actually, you can say he invented World Wide Web. He once said the data is the previous thing and will last longer than the system itself. So whether you have the software in place or not, if I interpret it in that way, data will remain there. So that is why data has become important. Now, if you just see this particular slide, how much you can say the world populations right now is on internet. 7.99 billion people are there. Okay, organizations you can say, and out of that 5 billion people are on internet. What are they doing? What are all of us are doing? We are actually pushing data. We are just generating data and data and all. So if I just give you 1 minute to have a look on this particular chart, you'll see this is from the domo.com. They actually track all the internet uses. You see in 1 minute of an internet, so much is happening, right? 65,000 photos are being uploaded, or sort of this many tweets, or you can say Google or the Clubhouse or Snapchat or Amazon. These are the internet footprints we are listening. What is happening? Every single applications are somewhere generating a data. I'm talking to you right now, you are talking to me, you are listening me. We are going live on certain you can say social media platform. What are we doing? We are actually leaving the data footprint, and this is not going nowhere. If you would have been in a classroom right now, I could have been talking to you without with the help of any of the computer, and you are just listening me. The data was not being restored anywhere or not being stored. That would have been a different case, but that is not happening right now. We might be generating certain GB of the data right now, and if everybody who is listening right now is downloading this particular presentation or this talk, they are generating data. So what are we doing? We have just collected something, whether we are going to use this or not, but we will be keeping in our system. So what we did, we just collected data. Now, so much data that is being done by each and every company or individual. So that is why this data is actually becoming huge every day, humongous amount. And now there's a need to utilize this data. There comes analytics in the picture. So whether you are a software developer, you are building a software, you are somewhere actually collecting you are building the mechanism to collect the data. Now the question comes, what are the ecosystem? What are this data? What format of this data is? So there are three formats of the data. You all know about this, right? We have the structure one, where we have the you can say general RDBMS format, row, columns, and you know about that. So structure in the place. Then you have unstructured one, where you have like image file, video files, audio files, etc. That comes as an unstructured one. And then there's a semi structure, where we have certain structure followed for the unstructured data. So these are the three broader classification we use in analytics, and these kind of a data is being utilized. Now, if I say, what are the different data sources? Data sources are not limited anywhere now in a spreadsheet format, or you can say you are entering some Google Forms or a Excel sheet. It is not only there. Now the data comes from the internet click stream, web server logs, cloud applications, mobile apps, social media content, text from customer emails, mobile phone record, machine data captured by sensors, IoT devices. These all are the data sources which is contributing for solving the business problem. So what company does, we are not limited to it. So based on this particular data, we are actually building analytics tools. You are utilizing the softwares to get the insight out of that, so that we can solve customers problem, right? Now, so here one example I'm putting, how the data pipeline works. So to understand analytics, you have to understand that how the flow of the data is happening. Okay, so data sources, I told you that there are multiple different you can say sources where the data comes. Now you are actually doing the data integration. You are utilizing some kind of ATL tool. You are having some kind of ingestion mechanism in place. Out of that, you are storing that data. Okay, data can be in a warehouse or MDM or a data lake, where you are actually putting those data into place. Once the data is stored, now you have some kind of a, you can say, computation mechanism, which we call it like analysis. So we are doing analytics, we are doing machine learning, we are doing predictive analytics, we are doing different types of analytics. I'll talk about that also. That is being done on those data. And once that is there, then finally you are doing the presentation or a delivery. So based on that data, we are recommending some kind of a decisions in the form of you can say reports or a dashboards or a post notifications or email or any kind of stuff. So this is how the data pipeline works. So right now also, when we are talking, somebody is storing, right? Google is storing our data. So they must be following some kind of a ingestion mechanism or some data storage mechanism. So whenever you are doing such kind of software development or a building some kind of application, you have to have this in mind, that how my data is flowing, from where it is coming. In a general way, you can say you are having a front end or a back end, or you are having some kind of a database, you are writing some kind of a logic, you are putting data into the database. The mechanism is same. Now since the volume is big, so we are following the big data mechanism mostly. Now, so what are the demands? Why analytics is in the demand? So one thing, because analytics can solve problems with the help of a data. So we are having a lot of problems, right? We can identify certain kind of aspects of in our day to day life. We can pick it someone, and then we can solve that problem with the help of our data. So if I call it, what are the different types, how analytics is actually being used, and what are the different types of analytics which is being used for solving the business problems. So there are definitely 5 types of analytics. Since this is a core, you can say, overview talk, so I'm not going to talk in the detail of each of one of them, but I'll just give you an example that okay, these are the different types of. So we have descriptive, we have diagnostic, we have predictive, we have prospective, and we have cognitive. Now different angles of this. I'll start with the cognitive one because I'm not covering that in the detail. So cognitive is where you're utilizing the behavioral science, you are utilizing machine learning or AI kind of a stuff, that comes under cognitive. To understand the different types of analytics, of example, what descriptive does, when we have a lot of data, we are asking why, what on that data. So we are doing the descriptive part. You have the data, you are asking what this, why this happened, what was the outcome, what happens, like a data queries or some kind of a dashboard you are making. You are doing the descriptive part. Then when the what already is being answered, then comes what is changing to why. Once why is in a picture, we call it as a diagnostic. Based on why and what, we are saying okay, can we do some kind of a prediction. The predictions comes on the predictive analytics. And once the prediction you are doing, like you know that okay, this is going to happen in the future, you have to be aware about that. Then finally comes the prescriptive analytics. So that is giving us the, you can say, guidelines that okay, you should do this, you should not do this to avoid this. So that is called the prescriptive analytics. So these 4 types of analytics we are using in any of the, you can say, our data analytics you can say problem solving journey. Now, so I explain you about the software development cycle. You all are fully aware of that. Now, the second is the data analytics life cycle, how this works. So it all starts with the objective, that you have some kind of a problem, you want to solve it through data analytics. So how will you do it? You will start with the objective. You will understand the data, whether the data is available to you or data is not available to you. Then you will do the data cleaning and data transformation. Then you do the enhancement. That means you are changing something and you are making the data like a for utilizations. You are putting into some kind of a tools, and finally you are visualizing the data in the form of some kind of a result, which we call it a deployment or model building or model deployment, right? Those kind of stuff happen. So this is the common data analytics cycle we follow. Okay. Now, where the engineers fits in. So because you have the good background of mathematics, you understand programming, just add the business logic into that, you understand the business domain, and you are through of that, right? That is what important. So if you call it like a quickly, I'll just give you the one glimpse of, you can take the screenshot or you can refer this particular slide later, that how the different, you can say, industry is utilizing analytics right now. So you name it the industry. That's why you asked me the question, why every company is a data company. This particular slide will tell you that this is why every company is a data company, because every company, every type of company is utilizing a data. They are utilizing analytics, whether it's a financial services, you talk about bank, they are doing everything like credit scoring, fraud detection based on analytics. They are utilizing somewhere data. If you call it a retail company, you are going to a supermarket, everything is driven by analytics, whether it is a self-management or promotion, etc. Government, healthcare, online, manufacturing, transportation, energy, hospitality, services. Every company is utilizing somewhere analytics algorithms to actually solve their customer business problem, to grow their business. That is why every company is a data company. And if they are not, they will be becoming in future right now. So even government are utilizing data. We know, we talk about PAN card, Aadhaar card. What is this? There are some mechanism they are doing, and they are utilizing for the betterment of our, you can say, person or population. Now, so I'll just give you in next 5 minutes. I'll just give you the quick tools, that what are the different type of tools. If you someone wants to join analytics, we are already, you guys are actually learning Python and R and all kind of a programming languages. And sometimes you are on a .NET or a Java, or you can say different types of you can say programming you are using. So here I give you that three types of you can say differentiations of the tools. So first is based on the storage tools. So data is actually divided into three areas, like a volume, based on a volume, then variety, and the velocity. We all know about these three V's of the big data methodology. So when you have a volume and you use these tools, where you are actually utilizing. So if you're you can say lower volume of the data, you have the less data, you use Microsoft Excel or Access or SQL. If you have a big data, then you use Hadoop and Hive kind of a. If you have a variety, if you are categorizing the tools based on a variety, then you will go. If you have a structure, then you go to RDMMS. If you are using this unstructured data, then you go to these NoSQL and MongoDB. And if you are having a velocity, that means definitely in a college standard, I don't know, you might not be using Kafka and Apache Storm, but once you're in a company, companies are using this kind of you can say, where we have the velocity is high, the speed of data which is just coming on a higher scale, then we use this particular tool analytics. Apart from this, there's a one type of tool, we call it a storage tool. Another type is a processing tool. So how we are dividing the processing tool, we divide into three areas again. If you are using the basic analytics and a visualization, you use Tableau, Power BI, Excel for doing your visualization. If you are going for advanced machine learning analytics or a machine learning, then you start using Python, R, Jupyter, or SAS or SPSS, this kind of a tool. So these tools are capable of doing machine learning. Somebody can ask me, okay, we can we do machine learning through Excel? Certainly we cannot, right? But Excel is utilizing AI, right? Tableau is a visualization tool. It is not a machine learning tool. So such kind of a, you can say, division is happening, and every tool's purpose is different. If you are to go for AI, then you use Amazon Lex or GCP and other platform. So to jump into this particular field and to choose, sometimes people ask me, what tool I should learn. If I learn R, will I become a data analyst? Or if I learn Python, will I become a data scientist? Tools is something which comes later. The first thing is that whether you understand the business, whether you understand the problem, can you decode, can you convert a business problem into a data science problem? And then the tools will just be the handy way of doing it, right? Tools is something which helps you to actually execute something, right? Tools is not a starting point. Now, so what are the, you can say, learning path, how someone from the engineering background, the core engineering background, can excel into, you can say, analytics, and why you should come, why you should choose analytics. First, it is a, you can say, very interesting career and gives more you can say money in terms of entry level job which we have in analytics, entry level job in analytics pay higher than what we pay to engineers actually. Then you have to acquire the skills easily. You are good in programming and you can excel very easily. The career is no demand because there is less data professionals we have at present time. And also, if you have a good aptitude of mathematics, that you all do, right? So that will be helpful for all of you. Then also you can say that it helps you, you know, exert the decision making power. So once you become analytics professional in your day-to-day life also, you start taking decision based on the data. Okay, so if you are going to plan your vacation, you will utilize analytics. Okay, you will search on you can say a lot of portals, you will compare price, and your brain will function in that. Okay, is my data is correct, and I'm taking a decision based on my data. So that things happen. And then wide number of opportunity in many domains, because it is opening in every field. So you will be not restricted to certain kind of a technology company. Any company, whether it is a consulting firm or IT firm, everybody loves analytics, everybody welcome people from analytics background. Then the next question comes, that okay, how you can go it. Okay, what you should do. So there are online courses which you can do, whether it's Udemy, Coursera, or EDX, or any kind of a platform. Second, you can go on online tutorials like YouTube and Great Learning and others. They have the plenty of stuffs, paid as well as non-paid, where you can utilize. And third thing is, you can go on this kind of a portal like Kaggle, DataQuest, GitHub, where you can find lot of data for your practice. So you can download those data, you can do you can start solving those data problems, and then you can become. And the final things which comes is, yeah, you have to do the practice like you do in programming, right? You keep writing and you become better day by day. Similar things is true for practice makes everyone perfect, right? So that is true for analytics field also. Now, my advice, if you want to excel in this particular field, based on my 15 years of experience, I can say the first thing is curiosity. You have to be curious. You have to be just looking for the problem, how you can solve. You have to be aware that what is happening in the industry, how business is operating. Never, you can say, bring yourself in under the shell. Okay, always look for what are the things, what are the different companies are doing, how world are operating, what are the different you can say phenomena is in existence. Then you have to be very much patient. Whether you are succeeding or not, you have to keep trying yourself. And finally, practice. That is the only things which will give you the chance to excel in your career, whether you are in engineering or analytics or any of the career. If you keep repeating the same steps, if you are keep improving yourself day by day, then only you can excel. And like finally, like Steve Jobs said, stay hungry, stay foolish. That means you have to be always eager to learn, always eager to go and you can say conquer the things, and you can get it. So that's what my submission to all of you. I hope I have given you the complete idea that how you can say transition is happening, why analytics is important, why business is actually needed, why data has become important. And if we all are driven by data, we all are actually contributing, and that is why it is a need for all of us to learn about analytics and think in this perspective also, apart from what we are doing for the software development and programming right now. So thank you so much for listening, thank you for inviting me. If you want to connect with me, obviously my LinkedIn handle is given on your you can say talk descriptions, so you can connect to me there. If you want any kind of a help in internship or a kind of a, you can say knowledge building or even a placements, do get in touch with me. I keep coming to different colleges and creating a community of students, so I will be more than you can say happy to help all of you. All the very best for all of your career, and I hope some of you might get inspired and join analytics as a take analytics as a career, and we can work together in the future also. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. That was indeed great time. I'm sure not some of us, a lot of us will be inspired to AI, ML, like conventional programming, competitive programming development. How do you choose? How do we start?
Okay, great question, and very relevant one, because that is something which everybody is. That's why I told you that you have to start from one tool. Okay, because don't go on everything, right? You have to choose, like if you are interested in Python, if you feel that Python is good, I can do it because you are coming from programming background, easy to learn. So stick to one tool, and then start looking for a smaller problem. Okay, so for example, you want to just design you can say recommendation algorithm. The starting point should be that you are actually doing the stuff which somebody else has done. Like I said, if you want to start in analytics, they don't have to go directly you will not become a directly a AI developer. Okay, so the starting point is that first step is to learn some tool where you can take the data and you can do some kind of analytics over there, and then start from data analytics position where you are actually identifying the business problem and trying to solve with the help of a data. So one tool for analytics, one tool for visualization, that is the two important you can say starting point. So maybe you can choose take Python as an analytics tool, or Power BI as a visualization tool, and maybe you can start from Excel itself. So start from there, take the data sets, start solving a smaller problem, and gradually move yourself. By the time you will actually start developing an interest, you will get to know slowly that what machine learning is, how machine learning is being used, and the type of opportunity you will look forward to, and then accordingly you will gradually move. You cannot move directly from the top level. So starting point is start from one particular tool and then gradually start solving a smaller business problem.
Okay, so basically just take a tool, own your skills,
Yes.
and be
And
curious to
start
solve
doing.
problems.
Yes, right. How you can solve it, right? How you can take the data, how you can solve that problem. And if you're not able to find the problem, then look for the somebody else has already done. You will have a lot of projects, right? So start imitating that. Start repeating that. Okay, and following the same algorithm. Can you do some kind of a changes? Can you do it some kind of something differently? And can you enhance somebody else's solving? So that way you will be actually moving forward.
If you can't get something big project to work on, go with small steps,
Yes,
but just keep on increasing your skill set.
correct, right.
All right, sir. All right, so it's just one last question.
Sure.
It's a bit interesting. Asked by Mr. Rahul Ray. Sir, technologies used in sci-fi movies are future of the world? Question mark. Are they future of the world?
Definitely, I will not. I'll not call it as the future of the world, obviously, because sci-fi movies, or you can say science fictions, or all kind of a new technology, they are actually utilizing the existing one on a better way. So I will not call it they are the future of the world. There are different things already existing, and more better things are also coming. But definitely, that is one of the promising things which we can look forward to.
Okay, so it's basically an interesting way of putting out the pre-existing technologies we
Yes,
have.
right.
All right, sir. It was indeed great to hear from you, from expert of the field like yourself. We gain a lot of knowledge from your experience in the field, and I hope a lot of students will be inspired to follow your path and do great in data analytics field. Before leaving, we are nearing the end of the session. I would like to ask you one final question. What is your message to the members of our audience who are looking forward to explore this vast field of data? Just one advice, one piece of advice which you feel is the key to success in data analysis.
Okay, so like I said many things during my talk, the one advice will be curious. Okay, never limit yourself in one particular field. Okay, I'm not saying that analytics is the best field. No, it cannot be. But be curious and start trying yourself in different areas, because this is the time where you can try many things until unless you get settled with one thing, right? So keep trying, be curious, and then look for that one particular area where you want to build your career into that. So curiosity, that is the one takeout you can take me. Be curious. I have been to right now also, and that is why me in this. Okay. And also, if you want to go on Instagram, you can follow me on Let's Talk Data. That is my Instagram handle. So I'm putting that also in chat. So do connect to me and leave your feedback. Okay. And do let me know that whether I have made some kind of a difference in your thoughts or in your opinion with my this talk. And maybe in future, I'll come in person to your college, and then we can have a better, you can say, interaction physically. Okay. But all the best to all of you, and do well. And I hope I wish all of you to this 10 days of event and keep doing good work. Okay. Thank you
Thank
so
you, sir.
much.
We are glad you accepted our invitation, and we are indeed looking forward to have you with us in our college.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
Mm.
much. Take care.
Also, I would like to thank everyone for joining our session. We hope you enjoyed today's session of the Dev Talk season, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye. Have a good day. Thanks a lot, sir,
Thank
again.
you.